This amazing Broadway actress, singer, actress, cabaret performer with her sister got her start in the Stephen Sondheim show Merrily We Roll Along. And now she is bringing a tribute to Stephen Sondheim to Feinstein's 54 Below. We're talking the amazing, the incomparable Liz Callaway.
Thank
Liz,
you.
you're welcome.
Hi. Wow, that's a lovely intro. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Um, when Sondheim passed, what was the memory of that you owned that touched you the most?
Oh, um, you know what? I don't know if there was just one. Yeah, I felt like it was just his music has been such a huge part of my life since I was a kid. The first Broadway show I saw was Company when I was very young, 9 or 10, and then 10 years later making my Broadway debut in Merrily. I just feel like he's been such a huge part of my entire life. And I've so many wonderful memories, and but there's not really one that sticks out to me, which is one of the things that's interesting about putting together this show for 54 Below. It's like, boy, how can I possibly do all 25 minutes? It's not it's not possible. But I just feel such a, like everyone, I feel like such a loss, like a member of my family is gone. And when I got the news, I was actually driving up to Quincy, Massachusetts to sing at the Quincy tree lighting ceremony. And about 20 minutes before I was to perform, I got a text. And unfortunately, the next night I had a concert, so I could do an impromptu few songs in his honor. I'm still kind of reeling from his loss. But I feel also so fortunate that he left us so much music to sing. And I've always sung Sondheim in all my concerts, but now it's just my mission to just keep singing his songs.
Are you singing any of the cut songs or the songs that most people don't know in your concert?
Yes. Well, you know me, I am always deciding up to the last minute what I'm singing.
You're on Facebook going, please help me.
Yes. Oh, yes. No, I always do my ask for suggestions on Facebook, which are really, really helpful. Yeah, I'm definitely doing some songs that are not as familiar. I've sung quite a bit of Sondheim. So it's some songs I have done before, but I'm also looking at some songs that I've never sung before. And I'm also trying to find some interesting ways to put them together, because I think I'm going to have to do a part 2, because there's not enough time. There's so many wonderful songs. I could do an entire evening of songs from Follies or songs from Merrily We Roll Along. In the 80s, I did a production of Marry Me a Little, which was all cut songs.
I thought.
And so I'm going to do some of the songs from that. But a lot of people know. I mean, a lot of people know his work. So, but I am.
They don't.
What?
There's some they don't, like the really, really cut songs, like Water Under the Bridge.
Oh yes, yes. Well, like the true Sondheim aficionados know like everything he's ever done. I actually was looking at a song, and I'm not going to be able to do it. It just doesn't work. It's a duet and it would just need perhaps in another show. But there's a song that he wrote. Is it called Rainbows? I think it's called.
Okay.
And it's beautiful, and it was written for an unproduced movie version of Into the Woods before Into the Woods came to Broadway. And it's beautiful. Someone said, only a couple of people have heard this one. And I actually think it was just in a new production of Marry Me a Little.
Oh, really?
So I know. So I was like, oh, God, it wouldn't be wonderful to do a song that no one has ever heard. But I still have a couple of weeks before my show, so you never know.
Well,
Who knows?
my very
Something.
experience of hearing Sondheim was I saw the play Twigs, and Michael Bennett directed it, and I loved the incidental music. And my father was friends with Michael Bennett, and Michael Bennett asked my dad what he thought of it, and I chimed in and I said, I love the incidental music. And then I sang it, and it was written by Stephen Sondheim.
No kidding.
Yeah. So that was,
Oh, I don't think I've heard it.
yeah, I can sing it.
Can you sing?
Yeah. Da 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 da. And
Oh,
it went through every single act. And then he ended up writing the incidental music for a film that was like a murder mystery thing. The name of it, and I fell in love with the music there. But that was really my first introduction. And then somebody gave me the album. That's the Blue album with all the puzzle pieces.
Oh, yes.
Which
Yes.
had a lot of cut songs on it. So I kind of grew up on cut first.
Oh, isn't that interesting? Well, his cut songs are other people's best songs.
Are you singing I Remember in this?
I hope to. That is, I think I am. As of today, I am. I'd like to. I love it. I love
would
it.
love to hear you sing that song. Actually.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song. And the thing I'm finding it's so interesting is singing his music makes me so happy. When I was on my way to Quincy, Massachusetts, the day we got the terrible news, as you know, I like to sing in my car, and I have all these piano tracks on CDs, and I had practiced all the stuff I was going to be doing in Quincy. And then I was like, I stuck my hand in like the part next to my car with all these CDs, and I just put it in, and I have a CD I burned called Sunday in the Car with Sondheim. And it was just a CD I made of all his tracks. And I just put it in, and I just, for an hour, I sang Sondheim as I was driving to Massachusetts, just for the joy of it, not because I was doing a show or anything. And then, 2 hours later, I got the news. But I find in working on these songs, I spent so much of my early career, I did, inside the Actors Studio Sondheim, and I did other things where I would demonstrate his songs when he was interviewed. But I feel like I understand all the songs so much better now. And they're just, that's actually a gift as getting older. And it's a gift that he left all of us singers. It's not the easiest thing getting older, but in a way it's like, oh no, but now I get to sing these songs and have a richer understanding. And so just, it makes me so happy. It's always made me so happy to sing his music, but this, just working on it, it's just so satisfying to be singing his songs and to understand them better now. And so as I'm figuring out how I'm going to do this show, how I'm going to weave stories in, and I want to just do songs that I love to sing. Not every song I won't necessarily have a connection to, but it's just like, this is like my Sondheim this night at this point, what I feel like singing. And it's just an embarrassment of riches. There's just too many great songs.
I'm about to ask you a question that I normally ask a different way, but this question actually should always revolvingly change. What Sondheim song describes Liz Callaway the best?
Oh, wow. Well, I would love to know what other people have to say about that. What Sondheim song? Boy.
I would say all things bright and beautiful for you, actually.
Oh God, I love, and you know what? I did that in Marry Me a Little. And I just think that's the most, I was thinking, I wonder maybe I can even just sing a little of that, just to get into my little follies in concert part, I want to talk about. Oh, that's lovely. Something about, I don't know, sunshine, something, well, I love With So Little to Be Sure Of.
Mm.
I just,
Have you ever had the chance to play Faye or Sally?
no, it's on my bucket list to play Sally. That's definitely on my bucket list. And no, I never have. I've certainly sung Sally's songs. And I love the score of Anyone Can Whistle. I think it's just, I've never seen a production of it, but I think it's just a fantastic, there's so many good songs in that show. Love it.
And the Bear songs as well as Faye's.
Yes, yes. Oh no, it's a wonderful, I've sung several songs. I once did at Town Hall, one of those Broadway by the Year concerts, and I did See What It Gets You.
Oh, love that song.
It's a great song.
Absolutely great song.
It was the pianist wasn't too thrilled playing. It's really hard. It's a tough song, but that's a great song. Again, I've done some solo Sondheim concerts.
Are you doing trumpets? There won't be trumpets.
I might be. It's on my, I've got this list. I'm trying to figure out, I'm having a very hard time deciding what my opening number will be. It's
it should be
what?
now. It should be Now We Know.
Oh, that's that you're going to hear that. You're going to hear that. But it's tricky because, his songs are so show specific, and yet the messages are very universal.
Absolutely.
And I think so there's some songs where I'm thinking, well, some songs that we'll do as a character, and then some songs as me. And I think people will know to go with when there is a lyric that is so show specific. It is what it is, because I like to do I like to do a combination of songs that are coming from Liz and songs that are characters, particularly with Sondheim.
Wait, why not start it off with more, since you want more of his music?
Oh, that's not a bad idea. I've got such a list. I know when I've talked to you before, I've always like, well, I don't know quite yet.
No, ever since I've known you, it's been like that. And
because I always go, okay, I think I know. I don't know how to necessarily put it in order. I know most of the songs I want to do, but it's not just a matter of singing songs. It has to make a sense and a journey, and it sounds so trite, but it's like it has to be. It's such an important part of leading, how I want this evening to go.
That's what I love about what you do, because a lot of performers just sing because they want to and sing what they want to, and there's no journey.
Oh no, that's the whole point of it. That's the whole thing. And that is when I've done Sondheim concerts before, and not that many. I did one in San Francisco, I did one in Barcelona, solo concerts. They were 2 acts, which gave so much, there was just so much more air and opportunities to do different sections and whatever. This is going to have to be just much more succinct. So that is my challenge. But I find in any show I ever do, something comes to me or something happens a couple days before. I feel like you have to be, Alex Rybeck and I, we've gotten together and we've sung. I wanted to try a bunch of songs I've never sung and this and that and playing around, but it isn't, I think you can't do things too far in advance.
No.
I mean, you can, but I don't think it, you need the serendipity, you know, and, you know, and in trying to, you know, write something, you know, write some things for myself, but also it's not doesn't, it needs to be from me, not super scripted, this isn't a survey. You know, I did a 2-act Sondheim concert in Barcelona where I told some personal anecdotes, and they were, you know, and they had super titles because it was people spoke Catalan there, but it was a little more educational. And I don't think I necessarily need to, in this particular show, I don't need to necessarily be educating my audiences.
No, because your audience is pretty much educated.
Yes, you know, but one of the things I've been doing, I just can't get enough of watching interviews with him. There's an interview he did at the 92nd Street Y in 1971 that's on SoundCloud that someone sent to me. And that was actually when I listened, I had been itching to do a Sondheim concert in the fall. I was looking like for a venue. It's like, you know, I feel like singing Sondheim. It's weird that I knew.
Yeah.
And then, and I was supposed to do this week at 54 Below, I was going to do a brand new show that was, I thought I'm going to do movie music. And then I was on a plane and I was listening to the Sondheim 92nd Street Y, where he just talked. He wasn't interviewed. He just talked for 2 hours and sang a few songs. It was unbelievable. I was so inspired. It's like, I want to do a Sondheim show instead of movies. I need to do this right now. And so it's been really fun, you know, watching his conversation with Adam Gettle. And there's just, I could do I thought, God, it'd be really interesting to do a more academic show of certain things I've learned from listening to all these interviews. But maybe that's a series of videos or something that I do sometime that I can.
Maybe that's a show later on.
Yeah.
I actually would appreciate that kind of show.
Yeah, no, I think so too. I think there's something that would be, you know, comparisons of like some of the songs that he loved, you know, what's the use of wondering, and how that, and then his version, what he did, you know, that song was so important to him. And I thought, oh, I'd love to do that in this show, but it's hard to, it's like,
how do you make a journey?
Yeah, in such a short period of time.
Are you doing,
you know, in a post-pandemic time when we have to get people out in time, and you know what I mean? There's a little less
freedom.
Yeah, there's a little less freedom, but I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I can do this show.
Are you doing your Sondheim parody song?
I very well may. I'd like to. Again, it's finding out how to do it.
I have a few ideas. Is seriously one of the best things I've ever seen you do.
Oh, thank you. I love doing it. I think I have to do it, but I just don't know where yet in the show.
The encore.
That's not a bad idea, actually. See, it's good for me helping me.
Well, you know, I know Sondheim.
Yes, you do.
I look forward to seeing this concert. I look forward to seeing what you bring to it. I look forward to your energy with it.
Thank you. I have a couple of surprises. There's a song I'm going to do that I have no idea how I'm going to set it up, but it's a song that I love. And I'm just going to do it. And I'll leave it at that. It's a brilliant song. And it's not usually sung by a woman.
Well, I was going to say, are you going to sing any of the songs that he didn't write for women?
Yes.
Because do you know what one of my audition songs was? I actually got Haunted Hotel from this. Bang.
Oh, no kidding. Oh my God, what a great idea for an audition song.
Because I saw it as, you know, women want sex just as much as men, so bang.
That's a great idea. And I bet not many people did that.
They did not, and I got to show, hey, look.
There you go. when I do master classes, I'm always telling people to find the songs that they can put their own stamp on and that aren't going to be done all the time. And oh, good for you.
That's what makes Sondheim so amazing, is that if you think out of the box and if you allow yourself to go to those places that most people don't talk about, there's a wealth of what you can do with Sondheim.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And also, the thing that I find, the thing that I enjoy about cabaret too is what I've noticed also from performing with people right in front of me, when you sing a song, everyone has their own reaction to it. They have their, it's a real, we all listen to things from the lenses from our own personal experience. And so it's my job to share the song, and it's like a two-way street, the communication
Absolutely.
with the audience. And
If that two-way communication is not going, you're doing something really wrong.
yeah, but that's what of course, of the 2 years of not doing things with people in the room, that's what I miss so much.
Yeah, there's a high to it.
Yeah. And I'm really happy that I'm really happy that Feinstein's 54 Below has started doing live streaming, because there's a lot of people who can't get to New York. A lot of people, I have a lot of fans in the UK who'll be staying up late, but who love Sondheim. I mean, there's so many people who love Sondheim.
Streaming, I think, allows a chance. Say you're not feeling well, so you're going to the show, you're not going to have the best experience because you had to get up, you had to get ready, you had to do that. But if you can just lay in your bed and watch it, you get that interaction.
Right. And what was different is when I did the first time I did the live stream, was it last August, maybe? It was the first time the people I know who watched it, it's like, oh, a live stream concert with audience. So you hear the audience, you feel like you're there. Whereas during the pandemic, I did some live stream, but there was, to my laptop, but then you sing and then there's nothing. And so, as in addition to being tricky as the singer, but also for the audience, because I watched plenty of live stream concerts during the pandemic. And again, it's the collective experience. And I do feel the incredible, when Sondheim passed away, we are all grieving together. It was incredible. I was so moved by the things that people would write on Facebook and Twitter and stories. And, I was like, okay, what am I going to say? How can I'm reading all this. It's like, well, I got to say something. And that's not my strong suit, writing real eloquent social media posts. So I just posted a lyric with so little to be sure of, because that's how I felt about him. Right. And about all of us having, how lucky were we that we lived in this time of Stephen Sondheim.
Right. And that was the way we grew up in musical theater.
Yeah.
When he died, it was like I lost the songbook to my life.
I know, that's why we're all collectively grieving. And that's actually what I practice in my kitchen as I'm prepping my dinner, and I sing it. I've been practicing in my car, but it's like, oh my God, how nice is it to be, the people are going to come to my show because we all just want to share in the experience of hearing Sondheim.
They want to hear the experience of you singing Sondheim, because I think you bring an innocence to songs. I think that's your biggest strength, that's why I said All Things Bright and Beautiful, because you bring this innocence, this hope that is so lacking right now. You bring wonder. And I think that's needed right now.
Well,
So
thank you.
I look forward to
That's
it.
what I always try to find, the hopeful, I always look for that. I always try to, I mean, that's very important. And, I think we do need hope, certainly need hope now. And, but it's just going to be nice to, I don't feel like it's going to be me. It is, but like me and my show and everyone watch me. I'm just going to be there. It's like, okay, here we are. Here we are all together. At least that's just how I feel about this show. And this show more than any other show I've ever done, that I think it's very emotional singing his songs. It's just, it's sometimes it just makes me so happy as I'm practicing, and other times it's like a dagger in my heart, that I think we all, like a parent, we wanted his approval. Nothing was better than, or the hope that, oh, I wonder if he'll come to this show. Or I would send him a video. I sent him like a car video of Children Will Listen, and and just that, just knowing that he was there. And I don't know,
Getting that little note.
yeah. But instead it's like I feel kind of like it's sort of, I'm meant to, I think, for some reason I think I'm meant to sing his songs.
I think
And it's maybe even more important now for me to continue to sing them. I mean, I've done Sunday in the Park with George, I've done a little night music, I've done I haven't done that many Sondheim shows. So many of the things I've done have been concerts or concert versions or television things, but and recordings. But now I'm lucky, that I'm so lucky I do what I do in addition to doing theater, that I can do these concerts. I have bookings for several symphony concerts next year of Sondheim. And there's going to be a lot of, and I kind of go, ooh, thinking perhaps I would do, perhaps maybe I'll do an album, of all Sondheim albums.
All the concert of all, you should do recordings of all the concerts.
Yeah, you can, yeah. I mean, it's really, you can't really like record symphony concerts just because of union things and whatever. But I'm going, boy, I did a playlist, a Spotify playlist of all the Sondheim songs I've recorded, and I went, ooh, I've recorded a lot. But it would also be interesting to just do something very simple with
Alex.
And who knows, maybe even something, a live album. But I'm just thinking, it's just the more I sing his work, the more I appreciate his genius. And I just, I do feel like he gave me many gifts, and he left me this. He left me his music to sing. All of us, he left everyone. But just personally, I feel like that's a great gift for me personally.
When is your concert at Feinstein's 54 Below?
March 23rd through March 26th.
And which date is the streaming date?
March 26th at 7:00 Saturday.
Well, I look forward to seing this concert.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy you'll be there. And thank you for your suggestions. You've got me thinking.
I'm like a musical anthology.
Yes. Well, wonderful to see you and talk to you.
You too.
And